Skull. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here. Glory to Raptoria, and welcome to our first look at the full release of Land of the Vikings. Out now on Steam, link down below in the description. If you love yourself Viking lore and or history, if you love building ships and city builders, and also military raids and more, well, this game is certainly for you, as it has elements of all of those things combining into quite a formidable city builder. Well, today's episode is sponsored by the makers of Land of the Vikings, so check it out with the link down below in the description again if you're interested. And let's get going. We got a big O city to build, so you may have seen this before on the channel. We took a look at the early demo and the extended demo that the developers dropped with a couple of new maps to take a look at. Today we're going to take a look at Small Land, a small map with high resources and very close resources as well, so that way we can try to build a city as quickly as possible. But there are other maps too that you may have seen in the demo or are completely new to that offer a little bit more challenge and are quite vast in size. The map that we're going to take a look at today is, as they say, small, but some of these larger maps are truly large, where you can build on one side of the map and the other and transport goods via roads all around the bay or across lakes and rivers with small bridges that you can build to get across gaps and narrow sections if you like to. So quite a bit of distance, quite a bit of challenge between some of these maps, but always a good time. We'll also play with the tutorial on today too, so I can explain everything going on as best I can. And of course, glory to Raptoria. Get it going down below in that comment section, and let's take our first look. Let's go. Well, here we are in the lands of Raptoria. We've already got our Viking longhouse up and a few homes built, and on the right side, the building with the red logo above it, our carpentry building. That'll help us to take wood that we get from cutting down trees and turn it into timber, which can be then used for building homes or boats. And would you look at that? Our homes are looking quite nice already. Just a few of them to start, but would you look at that? Our Jarl is here. Out of the way, person. Yes, our Jarl Fritz. Hi, Fritz. Good to see you. He's stepping out of the longhouse, and this longhouse is also a building used for management of all sorts of different types of labor, and also to kind of get some basic stats about the citizens and the town. So we have 21 people here, and the ability to cut trees and stone is already unlocked for us. In fact, part of one of our initial objectives. But check that out. We can also host festivals here, feasts, and dine and wine, and do all sorts of things based on our glorious victories. There will be a plenty of celebration here, that is for sure. Skull. All right, so it looks like we can do it every 7 days, and we need a lot of food and drink in order to do that, but we must start small. So eventually we'll start building a fishing dock out here. We'll have a gatherer going. We'll also be able to gather herbs to keep our people healthy and build a market so those things can be distributed to our people, but not before we start building some roads as well. The Vikings really like for their buildings to be connected, since they might have to travel a very long distance. And check out how big this map is. This is just the small map, so it's certainly not the biggest by far, but there is a lot of territory to explore and areas to go to cut down trees and find things to mine, including iron and, of course, more stone in order to bring back to our settlement to make it even bigger. And I really appreciate the attention to detail here with different types of rock. You can see like limestone and granite and just other types of wear and tear on the rocks. A little bit of erosion going on over on this side too. So adding some variety to what otherwise would just kind of be I would imagine all the stone kind of looking like this. So it's nice to see different types of stone, and it really makes this area look large. In fact, this is kind of one of the only maps that's on like a, well, it's a coast. Like there's no fjord here, or perhaps we're in a very, very large fjord. The other maps having rivers and lakes and some smaller bays that you can go into. But here, it's just us and the open sea. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first goal is to basically paint some areas for cutting down trees, and a tutorial will pop up soon enough to actually show us some video on how to do some of these things. So if you go with the tutorial on, there's a little bit of reading, but even more so, there's a lot of helpful videos which just show you within a quick second how to do something. We're going to go ahead and give our people the order to cut down trees and also mine stone just next to the camp, mostly so we can clear this area for additional house building and structure building, especially for our industry. Now, at a certain point, we'll be able to do farming, so we'll probably want to do farming a little bit away from the camp. And this is not the type of game where the windmill matters, where its elevation equals its production, so we can pretty much put it anywhere, somewhere near the coast, for example, but I'd like to put it up somewhere high. But we'll see how it all lays out, how it all ends up. All right, objective ended. Gather wood and stone. We've given our people orders to go gather those, and now we need to assign a job, so they're going to want us to assign somebody to the carpenter building. We can get one person working as a carpenter. Now, very important, very important for this game is to find out what job your people are working and what makes it perform better. What affects the production of this building? So, for example, a carpenter, a little bit more physical job, so we want to go with whoever has the highest physical strength to be a little bit more productive. The brain power, for example, is better for markets. The speed is a little bit better for the gatherers since they have to go to and from. And also luck, too. You never know if you'll find like a airdrop supply of some, some sort of crate of supplies out there, if they get to the LZ first. No, I'm just kidding. They could find much more plants that way, or at least be more thorough as they do their job. But we're going to go for the strongest person right now and get them into there, working as a carpenter to start taking wood and turn it into timber. It's an X right now, of course, because nobody's really brought any wood to the camp yet, but they're starting on that right away. So we can already see our people mining. We can already see our people cutting down trees, and they'll bring that all the way back to the camp. Now, there's some berry bushes here, too. These little red bushes are filled with berries, and eventually we'll build ourselves a gathering hut that should take advantage of that and anything else found in the woods. So even though we have a beautiful area behind us and a very profitable area to cut down for trees in order to make firewood and more, that's going to be something we'll probably leave for the gatherer for herbs and for food. But anyway, speaking of firewood, that's going to be an important thing here too, where these homes are going to be a little less efficient with retention of heat. So a very important thing in this game will be to spend a little bit more than we want to have better homes, so that way we use less fuel, and thus less time has to be spent per year in gathering wood and cutting it into firewood, so that way we can keep the homes warm. While our people are working, let's go ahead and build some paths. We'll kind of lay out our initial pathway here for our markets, leading from the let's go ahead and leave the long haul, or the long haul. Amen, brother. That's why we need this road. No, I didn't mean long haul. Tucker had emote. I meant we want to build it from our long house. So we'll build our marketplace somewhere along there, and then we'll figure out where we'll put our fishing hut. Now, the pathway costs silver, so we want to be a little bit careful about building it too long, but a main road through town is always a good idea. We'll try to build as straight and true as we can in order to reduce our costs a little bit. It'll look a little grid squarey, but I'll try to add a little flair to it. There we go. And this will make our people a little happier. If you click on the homes, you'll see what their happiness is based on attributes that'll affect them. Diversity of their diet, their health, a couple other things that'll determine that. We can see right now that they've got no firewood. They've got really no food except for some white meat that they start with. But eventually we're going to have to branch out and do what the Norwegians do and have tons of fish and tons of bread. That's going to be something that we'll be able to get plentifully very quickly. And, of course, we'll have to get our grain harvest up before the end of the first year. It's spring of year one, so luckily we have a little bit of time to get ready for winter. We might not actually have the farm up before winter. It's a kind of a dice roll as to whether or not we'll get enough stuff before then. But this game does allow us to grow grain at any time, so at least in our first year, even though we might not get a farm up within the typical season of wheat, if we get it right before the winter, we might be able to get a little bit of wheat and then put it over to the windmill, which comes attached to the farm, and then we can go ahead and make that into bread ASAP. Actually, the windmill is detached from the farm. What I mean is that it has a bakery attached to it, so it makes things a lot easier. All right, the homes are connected. Let's go ahead and attach our little, we'll attach our little carpenter building here, and the carpenters should be able to work on that very quickly. Oh, we have to open them as well. So now we've got some wood for them. Perfect. Yeah, that was the last thing we had to do. But to be fair, we didn't really have much of any material anyway, and that'll be just fine. We're going to need a lot more wood, and the carpenter actually makes planks into timber quite quickly. Rather, wood into timber. Let's go ahead and call them logs, and we'll call them planks. I always get confused. So from here on forth, wood will be basically timber or logs, and timber will be planks or beams, let's just say. That'll be a little bit more concise. All right, so our people are still mining. Our people are still traveling and hauling. Very good. They want us to build now a marketplace after getting 3 wood, 20 stone, and 32 timber. We got a little bit of a ways to go here. We're going to speed up time. Our people are doing some pretty good work already. And each day, I believe, represents a third of a season. So each season is essentially cut into 3 months. And so each quarter of the year will be 3 days. And when that happens, then it'll be like a whole new season. So 3 days for spring, summer, autumn, and winter, and then back again to spring. So let's go ahead and put down some more buildings. We have a few houses we can build. We don't need those at the moment. We certainly want to focus a little bit more on wood storage and also our marketplace. There it is. Yeah, we can actually select the building and place it and rotate it. These are very helpful videos. I like the fact that it literally just shows you within 2 seconds what you can do. It's like, oh, I can rotate, and I can put it very close to another building. That's very helpful. So we can essentially put pretty much anything wherever we want, and by holding Z, we can do it pretty precisely with the mouse. So you can go as fast or slow as you want, so that's pretty helpful. And it makes it just a little bit more fun to actually kind of get it in at like a 90-degree angle, without having to like tap the Q and E keys or something like that. Both are okay, but at least it's nice that we get the precision of the mouse. Let's go ahead and put a little entryway here. And we'll build it a little further away because this game gives us the bonus of decoration. If we allow a little bit of area between buildings, we can put down decoration, and that will allow buildings to become more efficient by basically acting as something that the building would need nearby in order to function more efficiently. So, for example, speaking of fish inefficiently, we could go ahead and put like a bunch of nets or a bunch of barrels down by the fishing docks, and that'll raise productivity in the area, and it's the same with the marketplace too. So there's actually a bonus for decorating other than something like happiness or desirability. Although that should also increase that too. It's a lot more efficient to be able to build a building and put down some decoration rather than build 2 buildings or have 2 workers if you don't need to. You can cover more bases and more industries that way. Wow, our people cut down those trees like in no time. I can't believe how quickly they were able to do that. In this game, trees will grow by pretty quickly. Wherever you'd cut them down, they'll grow back, and they'll grow by other trees that have been recently cut down too. So, in other words, if you cut down a few trees, the trees that are by them will regrow very quickly too. And there's also, I think, some ways to speed that up. There may be a forester building in order to increase that regrow speed, but we'll see. Our happiness went from 75 to 80 and is increasing. Population going up too. And this is the type of game that you will get random events for settlers wanting to join you, or things of fortune or misfortune that you can basically make a decision on, and your people will be happy or sad on the decision, whatever happens. All right, our road is looking good. People zipping back and forth from work. Lots and lots of stone being harvested, my goodness. And we need to assign a builder now. I wanted everybody mostly to work on gathering materials and supplies, but now we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and assign our villagers now. We'll take a look at our jobs. Under management, under jobs, and we'll go ahead and assign somebody to our building. All right, we'll assign 2 people to build. All right, that should be doing well. Wow, they cut down trees super quickly. I can't believe it. Cut down even more. They might have to walk a little ways, but that's about the closest it gets for those trees. Remember, we're leaving some there on purpose in order to benefit the gatherer. I'm going to just go ahead and give the okay to cut down all these, because it's pretty much close, or as close as we're going to get on that one. All right. End of another day. All right, so the builders are bringing over logs, and they're bringing over the stone that's needed to build the building there. There they go. Back and forth, bringing those stones. Oh, look at the gaps inside the buildings there. All right, the next goal is to finish the marketplace and assign a marketeer. Looking good. Looking real good. All right, the floor will be done shortly. We'll assign a marketeer, and then we'll probably have to build some more homes shortly. And the gatherer's hut. And a hunter's hut, too. We'll start with the gatherer. Efficiency is 100% up here, so we're probably not going to build anywhere closer to the camp than that. We want to build it probably about here. There we go. And we'll let that be the next building that everyone constructs, with only requiring 3 logs and 10 stone. Wow, one person working there already cutting out 44 timber. And lots of people cutting down trees. Man, I can't believe how quickly they cut down trees. Yeah, this forest over here ridiculous as well with the amount of trees we've cut down already. Luckily, the trees will grow by other trees, so if we leave a few, it'll grow back rather quickly. Or at least that's my superstition in it. Let's take a look at all of our stuff at the top, by the way. We have wood, timber, stone, dressed stone, silver, and then meals, which we can make out of multiple food types being gathered. We have 150 stone now. Very nice. 24 timber, 37 wood. And it looks like the builders are getting to work now, supplying all that timber. There we go. So those beams are being brought over from the carpenter. A few logs are being brought over as well. Very nice. Look at all that construction, man. So they're building a few market stalls, a few tables for storage, some railing, and we can actually see the building being built in kind of phases. Are those some carrots up there? I think that's some meat. Now, another great thing about this game is based on what you've got in storage, you'll see it displayed here. So we might have some meat on hand from just starting the game, and then eventually as we get more and more food, like bread and meat and other things like that, it'll be on display inside the marketplace. So just by looking at the market, you'll be able to tell what's being sold. And that, of course, will kind of tip you off as to whether or not you're out of fish. Of course, you'll probably be paying a lot of attention to that, but it's a cool little detail that you can actually see if something is undersupplied or more rare or is really popular and you need to make more of it. Hopefully you don't think food is very popular, as in like you always have a bonus of that it's not sold out. You always want to have yourself some more and more and more. All right, they want us to add 10 decorations and complete the gatherer hut up there, so we're doing really well. Actually kind of ahead of schedule, slightly. Okay, we can add some decorations here. Torches and such will cost us money, but it is good for visual reasons to kind of have some multiple torches around. So let's go ahead and put one at every intersection like this. Very nice. There we go. Just so we can kind of see everything working. Alright, let's build a pathway up to that other gatherer. And we can decorate that too. Now it's starting to rain. Surprise, surprise. Got a pathway through the trees, and try not to affect the gatherer too much. There we go. Let's add some more decoration then. So, great thing about decoration in this game too is it can be sorted by different types as well. So we can actually build defensive walls. So we can have defenses be decorative at the same time. We can have industrial decorations, so things like maybe barrels and pickaxes and whatnot that we can leave around, and also lighting and benches and things like that, or at least things people can sit on, like boxes and a few other small things that look like they fit in the area. Here we can build a little fence, just make it look nice, maybe by somebody's home. Oh, we can actually cordon off the area too. So a fence is a quick build, which is quite helpful. You can just click once and then click again to end the fence line. Go ahead and build some stuff around the carpenter. There we go. Increases storage space of some buildings. See? Awesome to have some bonuses. Yeah, let's see, a wood car. There we go. And maybe a gateway too, for a Viking village. Great. We have scarecrows at our disposal too, perfect for the farms. We have additional stands that we can put out. Banners. Very good stuff. All right, decoration is done. Let's hire a gatherer. We certainly want more than one. Most important here is speed and intelligence. No, speed and luck. Let's go with the fastest person in the village and the luckiest person in the village. And we'll see what matters more when it comes to the gatherer hut. I wish we could have a pizza hut instead, but you know, we'll settle for the gatherer hut. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not that mad. I mean, I'm mad, but not that mad. All right, the goal now is to gather our first fruit, so they'll automatically go out and get berries for us. But I feel like there's all sorts of things that we can find in the forest, including this, the beautiful and majestic plant known as a cow. Too bad we can't have that. Oh, never mind, that's Fritz. Hi, Fritz. He's very busy. He doesn't have time to talk. All right, let's go ahead and continue on with our goal here. The next thing we'll be tasked with doing after we're done with the gathering the first fruit will be to sell meat and such here at the marketplace and to start making money. It might not be an official tutorial goal, but we're going to have to do that as well as serving the needs of the people with medicine. So the herbalist hut will be able to sell any sort of medicine to the people. Ooh, here's one of our first decisions, a little injustice. Let's see, Thrain should be exiled or Thrain should pay for the loss. Well, we don't want to lose anybody, so let's just go ahead and ask them to... Thrain becomes disabled. Well, let's go ahead and just pay for the loss. Hard decisions sometimes, but we don't want to lose an entire family for that. And we'll need some more homes shortly. Let's go ahead and build some more homes right now. The different costs, by the way, between these homes is all based on its efficiency in the winter. So it's more insulated if we build that now. There's an option to upgrade some of the homes, but it all depends on their design. So it's a good idea just to go with the better ones as quickly as possible to save you a lot of fuel. And a lot of wood that you would turn that fuel into, you can turn into, instead of firewood, into building materials for homes. Good deal. Now let's go ahead and put some more homes over here. We got stone, actually. Let's go ahead and remove that. And we'll put some homes down here instead. Build some nice houses. Some hooses. There we go. Alright. So now the warehouse and a warehouseman, herbalist hut, which we are going to build now, and the doctor. So on to our... Oh yeah, here's the military stuff and the sea stuff. So we have a war dock under the sea tab, also trade, shipyard, and fishing huts. So those are good. But we need to put down our herbalist hut, so let's go ahead and do that. No real reflection on whether or not it's effective or what its affection or effectiveness is based on where it's placed. Go ahead and build that there. We'll connect that with the windy road after it's done with its construction. And a warehouse to store everything in. Let's go with a warehouse near the marketplace. A nice centralized area for all of our supplies and our food. And we'll try to connect that after it's done with its construction as well. All right, let's speed things up for our Vikings. They've got a lot of work to do. A long way to go, a short time to get there. They're eastbound and down, loaded up and doing what Vikings do. Raiding. All right. Loot, laugh, love. That's what it's all about. The people in the village will actually walk around with torches whenever they are walking at nighttime so they can see their way. Pretty cool. Now, the laborers are unassigned, which makes them prime for cutting down trees. So this is why we were, wow, able to cut down the entire forest. I can't believe that. That's insanity. I didn't think they would be able to do that so quickly. Wow. Well, we need more wood, so let's go ahead and tell them to clear cut everything on either side then. We'll go ahead and cut down these trees too. I'm just going to tell them to cut down everything, and eventually we'll let it regrow and maybe do it again. That's insane. I can't believe how quickly they're able to do that. All right, let's make a few more people builders then. Let's go ahead and make it 10 laborers, 5 builders. We'll have somebody working in the marketplace. 2 people should be assigned to gather, and we'll have somebody assigned to medicine shortly, as we only need 1 doctor. They're also delivering stuff here to the homes, so we can see how the higher quality homes are constructed. We have a foundation down made of stone. You can see all the rafters being put up and the support beams for the walls and roof, and also the foundations, support beams, which are being put around there as well. Now we have ourselves a nice stairwell and a little porch and patio. Very nice. Newcomers will arrive in your village. Oh, well, welcome aboard. Please do join. Fame is earned, and it might cause new events, but we certainly want fame, because that's what the Vikings are all about. All right, we're going to go ahead and build that poorhouse that's next to it. These are higher quality, so they'll give us better returns with fuel, which we haven't even started on just yet, but we'll do it as soon as they ask us to. But the newer houses we need because more people just moved in. We went from 24, in fact, to 31. Happiness dipping a little bit to 66, but that's mostly because of the homelessness. And we'll need some supplies to the herbalist hut. All right, cutting stone and tree mining are both equal. We've got about 74 wood. And lots of stone. Another house beginning construction, nearing completion. Once they throw that roof on, it's pretty much over. There it is. That was fast. We're earning gold, or rather silver. Silver is being generated from the marketplace for every sale from food. Nice. Doing very well for ourselves, I'd say. All right, looks like the herbalist hut is going up. Few people already working on the foundation for that one. Oh, and Fritz instructing the construction workers on how to build the warehouse. He's doing a little supervision there. Nice. Being a good foreman. Foreman Fritz over there. All right. Ah, the music is nice. Now here come the workers to drop off a few more supplies before starting the construction of the home. Always a good idea to have a little bit more housing than what you need, because you never know if a special event will come in where you'll need some extra housing. And it looks like we are now at 80, almost 80. Happiness from 60. Not bad. A missing dagger. Thief should be investigated. Might cause new events. Let's do that. There we go. Cost us a little bit of silver. But I would rather have somebody caught than being on the loose forever. The consequences could be way worse than that. Many options, many outcomes. Another house almost complete. And they are rocking. Yeah, all right, let's see. We need to assign a doctor. Oh, and we got a little sadness here. They're sad. Oh. Let's make this building a higher priority now. It'll be the next thing to build after they're done with the house, just in case there's any other decorations they haven't put down yet. So, all this is empty and open space prime for decorations, and it's really cool that once we have a lot more cash flowing, we can spend a lot of that money on making the city even better, motivating people's priorities and professions. Ooh, evidence has been found. Uh-oh. Looks like the Guthorm family have stolen. That's who it was. Villagers would be very happy. We could banish him, banish the family, execute, or forgive. I shall be merciful. We need all the hands we can get. We're going to have to make him a subscriber. Oh, yes. You'll have to watch all of the Land of the Vikings videos. Well, no, that's not torture. That wouldn't be torture. It would be an instructional video for him, which is good. So we'll actually watch him watch the videos then. Good. All right, let's assign somebody to the warehouse. Very nice. And from the door to the pathway there. I love how the deer walk around. They don't care. Oh, Fritz. Oh, did you see that? He nodded to the building. He knew it was a good choice. Thank you, Fritz. He's such a good Jarl. He's guiding us well. Hey, all right. Herbalist building's almost done. I like how in most of the games that we play, there's an herbalist and there's a gatherer and there's a hunter, and usually we put them together to try to keep the forest safe. It's like 3 times the reason not to cut down the forest, so you can have a habitat for the animals and a place for the plants to grow and keep healthy. Go ahead and have our doctor in. This is going to be more about intelligence. There we go. All right, so the herbalist hut will go out and gather plants and then should be able to make medicine, which is pretty good. Another job done. All right, bread production. Now time to get cracking on building ourselves some farming stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and slow down while we do this just to make sure we take advantage of enough of the season time. So let's do this. So there's a research tree in this game, by the way. I should have mentioned that at the start, but it always eludes me until we get a chance to do it. So now we're able to start researching things like increased happiness for the villagers, or in this case, the ability to build different types of granaries, windmills, breweries, and fields. We're going to go with that one first. Then we're going to take a look at some other stuff here. Crops will grow faster, that's good. Crop durability increase, that's good. Let's go with the workers will work faster in the fields bonus. Villagers work 1% faster, that'll add up over the years. Villagers work 2% faster, that'll work. Happier. And more happy. Excellent. With one last thing to do, warehouse gets 10% more space, but I think we'll hold off. And we don't have enough points for that one. But the Tree of Life, I believe it's the Yggdrasil. That is the tree, at least, that will allow us to go up the upgrade tree. So the further we go up the tree, we'll be able to focus on things like production, food, resilience, military stuff, all of what you could really imagine. Okay, let's build a field now, and we're going to place down a well too. I think we'll maybe put a farm field over here by the cliffs, and then maybe build a windmill up here. That'd be kind of cool. Wow, those trees, did they all grow back? Wait, no way. Did all those trees just grow back? No way. Wow. Those trees recover faster than, like, the T-2000 from Terminator 2. You know, like a grenade launcher to the chest. Like, these trees just come right back. Can't believe it. Well, 83 wood, not bad. Do we have a quest here? Oh. Something we don't have to worry about anymore. Let's go back to food. Fields. Now, a great thing about this game is that we can actually paint the fields in a way where we create the nodes. And I like to see games do this when it comes to farming, because typically you don't always build a square farm field, but in order to plow it a little bit more efficiently, squares are a little sometimes more easier. And we can do squares, or we can cut out little notches. I believe we can build as many nodes as we want to. I'll have to remember, but it might just be 4. So now we can start with the farm field. Let's make sure we got that selected. So under food, we have the field. We're going to go ahead and build it like this. Go ahead and build it into the corner a little bit. Wow, that should be a nice big O field for us. And back to start. Excellent. Now we can select a crop type. In this case, we'll go with wheat. And then the other field, we can make barley, too. Hire somebody as a farmer. There they are. Not sure how many need to work at this farm field. I feel like we could get away with maybe like 3 people. And now we need to build a well. And that'll actually make the townsfolk happier, too. And I believe might actually help fire prevention. Or putting out fires, I suppose, once they've started. Quite a good idea to put the well here. Touches all the homes. Pretty much, right? Good. All right, order wheat production and build a wheat granary and build a windmill. Let's build a granary. That's for barley. Ah, we have cattle ranches, goat ranches too, and a chicken coop. We'll go with a wheat granary. Put that over here in the corner. And if we need to, we'll add another farm and have these split up into multiple farms. There might be crop disease, I can't recall, but in the case of that, it's a good idea to do a lot of different variety and try to mix up the variety as much as possible. So that way there's some resilience. Although it's just barley and wheat for now. But eventually we'll get carrots or something. That'll help. Okay, how are we doing? Meals are coming in. Meals are being sold at the marketplace. We have 27 coin. It'll continue to increase. We have some meals available, up to 8. Which I think also counts the meals that are at the marketplace. So we've got a good amount. Fritz is on patrol. Very nice. Okay, we need to build a windmill next. And a hunting hut we could build. So under production, the windmill. Dutch breathing intensifies. Very bumpy, yeah. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Now we might be able to put it here if we don't collide with the tree. There, we'll put it there. And try to cut down all the trees in the area. Such a hard decision to cut down those beautiful trees like that, but sacrifice must be made. Alright, top speed now. Record timing so far. Our understanding of the systems in the game have really been beneficial to understand how things will react and what the next task is before we do it. Oh, let's make sure we got wheat selected now. Ah, there we go. We must select the crop, then plant. But luckily we really wouldn't be able to do anything to store it without the granary being built, which just completed too. And really can't do anything until the windmill is up and running too. Which will take a little bit of time. Alright, 3 people assigned to that field. Should be able to make quite a bit of, hopefully quite a bit of grain out of that. Now I believe barley is going to be for our production of beer, or ale, or ul, I suppose. So that'll be just fine. We'll build ourselves a tavern in due time. Whoa, 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 Fritz not thinking what I was about to do was a good idea. We'll see. Angle is wrong. Oh, and it also takes a little bit of silver to build these fields, too. A little bribe, I suppose, to myself from me. Looks like we need more silver to build that, so we're at the mercy of the economy now. But money will start to really fly in as soon as we're done with the bread making, because that'll be a constant food type everybody's going to want to buy. Alright, let's spend some coin. Now we need more money. Alright, let's see, what else do we need to do? Have more than 8 houses in your village and reach 40 villagers. Right, so we have 2, 4, 6 homes now, right? 2, 4, 6. Well, let's build a couple more. We'll build them nice. Let's build them here. Good, good. A little space will be okay. We can always fill it with decoration. Possibly increasing our tax income. There we go. And it looks like the windmill's off for now, which is okay. We'll just assign one person. And that's going to take a little bit of strength. Good. Now, it's always a good idea, too, every once in a while to go back to your businesses and almost turn them on and off, or at least look at the worker type to see if somebody else who is more efficient at a job has moved in, or who was born, who has become of working age, really. And so if you have somebody who has like 3 intelligence for a job that requires it, and someone moves in with 4, then you have the person with 3 go do the less productive or less expensive job, the thing that'll make you the less money. Less money bad. Wants the good money. All the money. There we go. Alright, so road is connected to the windmill. Again, our windmill could be put right in the town. We don't have to do what I did, but I always just like to do it that way. I think it's nice. Some homeless. Alright, well, good news. We're building some additional homes, so good to see that they're working on building their own houses as they move into town. Not an easy thing. How are we doing over here? Doing okay. Alright. Now we need to produce our first bread, so it looks like the harvest might be taking place now. Shortly. And I think it'll also be done faster the more people we have working there, so let's go ahead and just assign a couple more. It's not that the planting will be done faster, or rather the growing, it'll be the harvesting. Planting could be done faster too, but that doesn't really affect the harvest time. It'll grow once it grows. It really is more of a yield thing. Resources are looking good. And now we just need to reach 40 villagers, to which we're very close at 36. A couple more babies need to be born. A couple more people need to move in. Alright, we're a little low on that gold. But I do want to keep people happy, so let's spend a little bit at least on roads. Just a little bit. You hardly know all of our treasury is missing, which it is. So we'll need to wait for a little bit more time to pass then for us to be able to build more stuff like that. But now we're just going into like the autumn of the first year. So snow will be here soon. Let's go ahead and make sure we've got flour, yep, being turned into bread. So yeah, this mill can take flour and turn it into wheat and then immediately cook that into bread. So at least instead of having to build one building for the windmill and one building for the bakery, we can kind of do a 2-in-1. That's a brod. No, that's a brod. Brod is something else. Brod a brod. Alright, anyway. Well is there, all well and good. 40 villagers. We're a couple away now, 3 from 4. Not bad. And many more trees cut down. We need more, though. I can't believe how many more we need. But hey, those long ships have got to be built somewhere. And that's why I said that I'm not even sure there's a forestry building here, because they grow so quickly, and trees grow by trees. So if we leave a few standing, it'll continue to grow back thick, and that's good. Give a few more orders to cut down trees back here. So in the larger maps, you can really build some long highways and have people take some long treks to go cut down trees, but because they're on roads, they can go relatively quickly. So that's not going to be too big of a deal. 40 villagers is still the goal. Harvesting should be taking place now. I'm going to just go ahead and do an auto, order an auto harvest for right now. A manual harvest, really. I want that bread. There it goes. There they go. There they go. Wow, turbo. It's almost as if we're playing on high speed, but the Vikings are... No, we're on high speed. They're just that good. So yeah, things will immediately grow once you're done harvesting that, or planting that section. So harvesting takes place, of course, and then is delivered once the harvest is kind of done for the day. The things are kind of done in chunks, is what I'm trying to say. It's not that a whole farm field produces all at once and magically. It's transferred. It's like block by block or brick by brick. Okay, 2 more people and we have ourselves 40 in the population, and bread should be happening at any time. Ah, now we have orders to prepare to build a woodshed. Let's get that done. We're able to focus on a bunch of other stuff. Now, the good thing is we can always prepare for winter even during winter. We can still get a few things done, like fishing, so we can have a constant food supply. And we can also build, as they want us to, the woodshed, which is something that will immediately cut down wood into firewood. Got to find that building, though. Probably under production. There it is. And we'll build that over by our carpenter. And again, this just takes wood and turns it into firewood. That's it. Simple as that. I don't even think we have to assign anybody to this. Whoever's free will just come and work at that job. We'll see. But first it has to be built. Good. Very good. Now we have yet still to build like Viking longships, and we still have yet to do fishing. So let's try to at least build a fishing dock. Now keep in mind, in this game we can build docks, like for example a military dock or a merchant dock, and those will allow merchant ships and military ships to dock either for resupply, like a military ship to load up with troops and load all the things they need for their expedition, or a merchant ship which could be used for trade. So if we're making a lot of a resource, we can sell for something we don't have a lot of. And we also have a dock in order to build different types of ships. So it's not that we just have like one type. We can do a few different types. So it's a place where all kinds of ships are produced. Also, fishing boats for the fishing dock must be produced there as well. So we'll be able to fish on the coast, but it'll be a little bit better for us to have boats to go out into the water as well. There used to be a way where boats would start on the map and your people would go and collect them, as if like your people discovered this land and arrived via a small boat. But those are gone now, and we'll have to build ourselves something a little bit more it's something with longevity, a more sturdy boat. Alright, looks like we have some more homeless problems. Go ahead and slow things down. Now they want us to produce wool. Now we can make some warm clothing too. This is good. Build there. And we'll build here, maybe a little bit of an angle. We can put some decorations in between there. There we go. Alright, so we went from what? 39. One away from 40. Couple homes already needed again. Goat ranch, shepherd, 10 wool. Gonna be our next goal. So that's probably under production. No. Ah, there it is. So we can build a goat ranch. Imagine that. Well, let's do a ranch up here. By the windmill, nice and peaceful. Ah, we can make how big the ranch is as well. Let's start kind of small. Not the smallest size, but just a little bigger than that. We'll probably have to trade with the trader for sheep and goat and cow and chicken and whatever else we might encounter. I love it, man. That gate looks great. Go ahead and make a pathway that connects here. There we go. And we'll build a pathway down to the beach. For our fishing dock. Good. Alright, we're heading into winter. We see snow. And we see a few homeless. Let's go ahead and make sure we prioritize the home construction first. Both of those homes will have to be our top priority. Winter is coming. Where have I heard that before? A harsh winter is coming. Harvest your fields, prepare the clothes, and last until summer. The city must survive. Yes, indeed it must. Build a little roadway here. Good. Alright, so they're making firewood there. Time to go fishing. Build a shipyard, assign a shipbuilder, make a boat, assign a boat to the fishing hut. Alright, so we'll wait until the fishing dock is done first. And we'll continue to build these 2 homes. Current priority. Village population. We can take a look at all the numbers of babies and boys and girls. Might be helpful for knowing that for schools in the future. That is something we can do. Might be helpful to know. Or really how many people might be eating and not necessarily contributing to the city for various reasons such as that one. Totally fine. There we go. Now the kids should be able to enjoy their youth and be able to go and hopefully go to a class. And if not, then hopefully they are able to possibly learn a skill like an apprenticeship as soon as possible. Make themselves very useful for everybody in the town. Alright. Well, we still got a few homeless. Got to build these homes. We have enough stone. No, we do not have enough stone. We have enough wood. We got to gather stone. That's what we need to do. All these construction projects, all the time. Cut down some more trees. Oh, they grow back like inside the windmill. Imagine that. Now, I like to imagine that the people who do not have homes are going to be able to survive by staying in the longhouse. They just don't prefer to stay in there for very long. If a group of immigrants show up, they should be able to stay in there for a little while you then order them that they have the right to build a house and they can go out and cut down some trees, and some others may come to help them to build their home and welcome them to our community, which is really cool. We need all the people we can get. Okay, let's go ahead and change around our... Oh yeah, let's see if we got any more points to spend. Let's go for... let's see. We dug too deep. Let's go for efficiency. Mines work faster. Not necessarily need that. We can build a shipyard now. We can do productions or produce faster, but we're unfortunately out of points. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, looks like the homes are being built now. We've got that stone. Looks like lots of logs and timber are in. Way too many trees are regrowing for us. I can't believe it. Growing back quickly. Those Scandinavian forests. Super aggressive. Wow. Cut down a few more trees up here and let them regrow. We're going for the gusto now, the full kit and caboodle. Cutting down every tree we can find. And also continuously gathering stone. There we go. Try to mine everything we can. Oh, it's the end of our first year. Not too bad. A couple people needing homes, but they're being built. So everybody's got food. Money's coming in. Got almost 200 coin. We got bread being brought in from the previous year. Yeah, we got some grain going. So grain is immediately making bread, well, as quickly as it can, and then it's going straight to the market. So it looks like we have no food, but the food is being distributed pretty much immediately once it gets back, and people will be able to grow more food at the farm. We're going to need a much bigger farm field than that, I think. But that was good for our first year, since it was able to plant and harvest relatively quickly, and also plant before the next year. Let's go back to food one last time. Build a farm field here. It could be a little spendy, but we'll see how big we can make these fields now. I don't think they can be too big, but they certainly are large. Can't do anything crazy, but I don't think you want to. It's good to work things in sections because, of course, eventually we'll be able to grow other things too. Maybe like carrots. Not sure exactly what the diet is, but the Norwegians will be happy to know that we have plenty of fish and bread, or at least we will. We'll have to build that dock as well. The shipyard, I should say. Oh, this is where we're going to make our fleet from here. This is where it's going to go down. Whatever it is, that's where it's going to be. And another house being constructed. Damn, I love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. And I think we should make it through the winter no problem, really. Oh boy. No one died to death. that good? I hope so. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today, but join me for more of Land of the Vikings in the future, where we'll see our city continue to thrive and survive, as we've seen these beginning sections before in the demos, but now finally today in a new map, and I can't wait to play some more. So thanks again for subscribing, smashing the like button, and let me know what you think about this game down below in the comment section, and I'll see you all soon for more Land of the Vikings. Thanks for dropping by. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.